Welcome, everyone. Kids Ministry friends, today we're going to be talking about welcoming a newborn into our preschool ministry. Besides for serving in kids ministry for about 25 years, this topic has taken on a really personal meaning for me as we welcomed our first grandson, Rhett, into our family on April the 29th. And today we have three great kids ministers here with us. And I've asked them to introduce themselves, share where they serve, and how long they have served in kids ministry. We'll start with Jennifer.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Zeger. I'm the kids minister here at First Baptist Church, Barnesville. I have been in the full-time role since January of this year. Did some interim with Maria from September to December.
Hi, I'm Josh Wilson. I'm the children's pastor at Shirley Hills Baptist Church in Warner Robins, Georgia. I've been in Warner Robins since August of 2019, but I've served as children's pastor at a couple different churches for a total of 10 years now.
Hi, I'm Susan Allen, and I serve as minister to children at First Baptist Statesboro. I've been here for 22 years, and I've been in ministry for 40 plus years.
So as you can tell, we have a great range in age and years of experience. Josh, as a kids minister and a new dad, your son's name is Rhett, just like my grandson. Share with me what you're doing to welcome new babies into your preschool ministries.
So one thing that I thought of, several years ago is instead of just sending a card or visiting at the hospital, what is something tangible that I can give a new parent as a gift from the church, but also to make them feel like their child is already a part of the children's ministry, because they are. Many of us, as soon as that child is born, we add them to the roster and ready for that infant room at church. So one thing that we do is when whether the Sunday school teacher visits them or whether if I get the chance to go visit them first, is we have a onesie that we have had printed. Here's the boys. It has our kids ministry logo on it. And then our girls, of course, is pink. And so I ordered those. I actually ordered these through a website called customink.com. They're very easy to work with. They have all different colors, sizes, and they're really inexpensive. So I ordered them there. So we take that along with a card from myself as children's pastor. But then also I try to get a child in our ministry to write a card as a welcome to the kids at the Hills. And we take that along with dinner and things of that nature.
Oh, I love these ideas, Josh. Those are some great ideas to make that, especially our first-time parents, really feel like the newborns are a part of the ministry. Jennifer, our newest kids minister, what are you doing to welcome babies at First Baptist Barnesville?
Well, we just had our first new baby born into the ministry since I've been here. Her name is Avery, and we are taking dinner to them tomorrow night, and I set up a meal train, got with their Sunday school teacher, set up a meal train for the next 2 weeks. This is kind of new for me, and love the idea of the onesies, but I hoped also to go and pick up something for the siblings, Blakely and Rollins, because I don't want them to feel left out when I go there. But the big thing that we're doing is providing the meal train and the meals, and I'm the first one to take the meals. So it kind of opens up tomorrow night for that, and that's where we're at right now. I would love to add more, but it's just a starting process.
Well, Jennifer, I think that's a great start because it really is welcoming the newborn, but it's really the whole family that you're embracing and showing love from the preschool kids ministry there at Barnesville. So I appreciate what you're doing. I've seen those baby pictures for that family that has just added that newborn. So that is awesome. Susan, as our veteran kids minister, can you share with leaders how you welcome new babies at First Baptist Statesboro?
Well, it actually begins when I first hear that they're expecting, and I send a letter to the family and tell them how excited we are, that we're praying for them as God prepares them to be parents of that child. And I include in that letter, and this mommy, daddy, can you pray for me? And it has a day, a prayer for every day of the month that they can put it on the refrigerator and be praying as God prepares them to be parents of that child. And so that's where it starts. And then when the baby is born, I take for years now, I've taken a bucket full of stuff when I would go to the hospital. But, these days have brought a lot of changes. And so I haven't, of course, been able to go to the hospitals. And so I had to figure something out to do so that they don't have to wait. I'm kind of thinking these kids are going to be half grown by the time I get to see them. But I had some kind of duffel type bags, some little, these little tie bags. And so I've been using those instead. So I can just leave those and I don't have to worry that they think I'm going to be coming to get their picture or coming in their house or any of that I'm just going to leave it for them to, out on their doorknob or on their mailbox or somewhere. And in that, I include like a Baby Life magazine. And this is one of our bibs that we use to give it all of them. And, some of our logo items like a pencil and a pen and a diaper bag tag that they can use when they come to church, and just the various things they'll need. During normal times, we also include a note about our parent-child dedication and how that works. Right now, we're not including that because we don't have any idea what's going to be happening in the next little while. But normally that's included. And then also things for the siblings. This is one of the things we've used for siblings is the little teddy bear, and it has the button, I'm a new big sister or a new big brother. And sometimes, a lot of times these families have had several babies, and so then I give them like one of our little logo flashlights or whatever we have around that's a little gift I can give the siblings.
Oh, wow. These are some great ideas of how you welcome the new baby to the family and embrace and encourage the new family. And as you mentioned, with COVID-19, we've noticed a change in how we did church and how we've done kids ministry. What thoughts can you give to us or share regarding welcoming a newborn baby as churches are beginning to reopen? We've already alluded to the fact that, of course, we can't go in the hospitals, but as churches now are starting to discuss reopening or already in the process, what would you say or advice would you give?
I would say we just have to, number one, be very open to where all of our families are, and they're all in different places. We have families that are just kind of blowing the whole thing off, and they're just wanting to jump into life fully, all the way to families that are totally still, as I go out, I discover families that haven't even left the house yet. And so I can't even fathom how they've done that for all these months. And so being able to navigate the needs of all of those families and be able to, I think mainly just be aware that we're all at different places and make them aware that it's okay, that we don't have any expectations for them, that we're here when they are ready, and that we're going to be prepared for them. As best we can, and that we're all learning together, but it's okay for them to be wherever they are in that journey.
I think that's some good words of wisdom for us, for not only our newborns, but just in general for the families in our kids ministry. So I really appreciate that, Susan. Josh, speaking from your personal experience as a new dad, as a kids minister, what do you perceive are some of the ways churches can reach out and connect with the new families, as we've already kind of alluded to with the restrictions of COVID-19, that period of sheltering in place, not being able to visit at the hospital, and who knows if it's going to rebound. So what tips would you give us?
I would say the number one thing that helped me and my wife out with that, a newborn and being at home and first-time parent, it's something that Jennifer kind of alluded to, is meal train meals is a great thing. But even a simple text message, phone call, just some encouragement really helped us through it. And then there's a couple of things that our child was not born during COVID, but I've seen other small groups do, and things that I was like, that's really good, and the parents have shown great appreciation for it, is I've seen a drive-by baby shower, where churches and groups couldn't do an actual baby shower for the family because of COVID restrictions. So their D group or their small group or their church has done a drive-by where they simply just drive by the house, drop off a gift at their house, and the parents can receive it, if they just want to greet them at the door, if they just want to leave it and grab it after the guest is gone so they can sanitize it. I've seen a lot of people appreciate that, because they still feel loved and appreciated, from all their different groups that they're a part of.
Oh, I love that idea. Still a way for us to affirm those families and to get in some of those special times of the baby shower and our church welcoming and celebrating the upcoming birth of the baby. Jennifer, share with me how, when we're looking at parent-child dedication, Susan mentioned that. Share with us the creative way, even in the midst of COVID-19, that y'all decided to do that at First Barnesville.
We did it for Mother's Day like we usually do. It ended up being, Pastor Garth has two different things he does. He does baby celebration, and then he does parent-baby dedication. So this year, everybody they were ready to dedicate. They wanted to step forward and dedicate their, to serving the Lord and raising their child in the Lord. And so we reached out to the ones that were interested. They came in at different times. We had them scheduled on a Sunday afternoon. So Pastor Garth got really good at doing it, which he was already good, but it got even more practice there. But they come in 15-minute intervals to the church, and we did those. And ended up, Russ Jenkins, our associate pastor, took and put them all together and found a way to where it didn't show all the questions being asked to every family, and presented it on Mother's Day through our live feed. It was really nice because we allowed the families to bring 7 people with them, because we had to be counted in, of course, because it was still 10 and under to come, could be in one place. We did practice social distancing. We videoed it. The parents were so thankful that we were able to do it. Even our student minister, Jason Till, was able to do for their newest, which she's a year old now, but was able to go ahead and do that for Mother's Day too. And it just turned out so awesome. The parents were like, this was a different way. We weren't sure about it. But then when it happened, it was so special because it was just them in the church. It was them with the pastor, myself, and that was it. Nobody else but their family and them. So they kind of got a personal touch and got that one-on-one time. And it worked out. We were not sure how it was going to work out, but it did. So I guess if we end up back needing live feed one day, or, having to do everything by live feed, we have that idea down for next year. Hopefully not. I'd love to be back in person soon. So, but that's how it worked for us. It went really, really well.
Well, that is great. I love all these ideas that each of you have shared today about welcoming the newborn baby, reaching out to the family, even to move into that time as we welcome into the kids ministry and our preschool area, and what that education looks like. So I appreciate these, because I think these are some great tips that, as Josh said, may have to take what we rethink sometimes, and what's our implications for some days in the future. In an earlier conversation we had, you mentioned that, Josh, and I think that's true. I think some of these tips that each of you have shared are some things that not only can we use now in our kids ministry, but in the upcoming months as we see how COVID-19 continues to unfold in our churches and our communities. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate each of you being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.